Thank you for holding the line. Can I get your account number?
Yeah. 201 203 178.
All right, Anna, have you taken care of your September payment?
Weet u het nog? De informatierevolutie die alles ging veranderen. De internethype is voorbij. De koersen zijn ingezakt en de nieuwe economie wordt met de vorige eeuw geassocieerd. Maar de kabels zijn gelegd en de techniek werkt. Bij de visioenen over de 24-uurseconomie die de aarde zou omspannen en alle grenzen op zou heffen, zijn heel wat vraagtekens gezet. Maar waren het echt Fata Morgana's? In India denken ze van niet. En in Amerika worden ze nu met de achterkant van hun eigen visioenen geconfronteerd.
You know, I'm going to show you things I'm really sentimental about. This is the old India, what you see here. Small shops, hundreds of people milling around, making a living, eking out a livelihood. Rickshaw pullers, scooter drivers, small cars, water dispensers that probably came out of 50 years ago. I would say a picture like this would probably disappear in the larger cities over the next 10 years, which in a country with the age of India is a very, very short time. India is an old country with old cultures and old styles, and that will take time to disappear. But it's changing, and it's changing very, very rapidly.
Why is it so dark?
A power cut as usual.
Power cut?
Yes.
That's better. You look tired, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Have we been working all night?
Yeah. Working nights.
Still working?
Yeah.
What time you were home, Farhan?
I was home at around 4. 4 in the morning.
4. And you?
7 in the morning.
7 in the morning?
Yeah.
4 in the morning.
4 in the morning. All call centers?
Yeah.
Yes. All centers.
All call centers.
Hi, this is Peter. May I have your account number, please?
Hi, this is Melanie. Could I have your account number, please?
That is the new India. The secret to success for this is the human talent in this country. And it is our vision to do all of the back office work for the whole world right here in India.
All of the office work?
All of the office work. Whether it be accounting your tickets when you fly, whether it could be your HR records where you work, it could be your parking tickets when you don't pay your penalties, it could be any and everything that does not require us to come and see you every day. We can do it right here in India as efficiently and much better than anywhere else in the world.
Good morning, Claim Customer Service. This is Ken. How may I help you?
Hi, this is Alex. Can I get your account number?
When you start attending the calls, the moment I put my headsets on my head, on my ears, and I receive a call, I find myself to be a totally different person. And I'm not Farhan anymore, and I'm now Frank. Hey, this is Frank. Can I get your account number?
The new India is that of young people who are far more confident than their parents. Their minds are decolonized. They speak English as though it were a skill. It was just like writing an invoice. They don't care whether they get the right accent, which we were very concerned with when we were young. And it's an India where money making is acceptable. In our times, we were hypocritical about money. Plus, we were under a very heavy socialist economy. Everything was regulated. The color of the lipstick was decided by a bureaucrat. If you wanted to make a product, the bureaucrat decided your technology. He decided where you could put your plant, what was the size of your investment. He decided everything. So there was no scope for entrepreneurship. Market share was won and lost in a bureaucrat's office.
Could you please repeat your account number?
309272270. All right, what can I do for you today?
I am going to let you know that I'm sick and tired, and I am fed up of you people bothering me for the payment.
See, there's a very old idea in economics. It's called convergence. If a rich and a poor country are linked by trade, eventually the standard of living of the two will equalize. Now, why? Because standard of living depends on productivity. Productivity depends on technology. Now, a poor country, it just takes the technology from the rich country. It doesn't have to reinvent it. And therefore, it catches up. Now, of course, you will say, but why hasn't it happened in the last 50 years? Well, it hasn't happened because the rich and the poor countries were not linked. They were closed.
Cancel this check and keep it for your personal records, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for calling in and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
I understand that, Mary, that you don't have the money, but you need to borrow money, you need to put money in the bank.
There's no way I can get the money. I'm a workman.
And listen, Dad, you know, then what's the purpose of sending in if you still keep calling me? We haven't received the payment. We haven't received the payment. Call Callcentra. Call Callcentra. It's an emergency. I'm sick of it.
Can I go ahead?
Honestly, you put yourself in my shoes. Every time I make the damn payment by phone, I keep getting calls and calls and calls.
Well, it's in the mail.
When have you sent that, Debbie?
I mailed it the 18th. I've got the check here. The receipt from the check.
Could you give me the check number?
You people never give nobody nothing. Any time to get there, you're so impatient.
And what was the amount, Debbie?
It's $300, like I always send.
All right. And when would you make your next payment, which would be due by...
Well, next month.
Would that be on time? I mean to say before the due date.
What?
All right, sir. Debbie, would that be on
Yeah, it'll
time?
be on time.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Thanks for calling, Debbie, and have a great day.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Fussy.
Hi, this is Stanley. Can I get your account number, please?
Calling customer service. My name is Norman. May I have your account number, please?
Good afternoon, Claims Customer Service. This is Sandy. How may I help you?
Hi, this is Tina. Can I get your account number, please?
Morning, Claim Customer Service. This is Ken. How may I help you?
Hi, this is Sabrina. Could I have your account number?
Hi, this is Alex. Can I get your account number?
Thank you for calling customer care. My name is Susan. How may I help you?
Thank you for holding, sir.
Well, it was actually brought to me by a group of Indian employees that were working for the company I was with at that time, General Electric Capital, that they brought to me. We had a small leasing business and financing business in India, and one day the fellow who ran that business came to me and said, I think we can do more. I think that communications are becoming sophisticated enough that we can do some of your task-oriented jobs in India and do them at a lower price, but also as productively, if not more productively than otherwise. And we were very skeptical, frankly, about that. It didn't seem to us that jobs that were being performed in Kansas could be done halfway around the world and with any kind of efficiency at all. But they prevailed, and they talked me into doing a test of just three people. We took 3 jobs out of Canton, Ohio, and had that same tasks that were being done by those 3 jobs done in India. And it was a very simple thing. It was data input. It was taking information that was faxed to India, and then the data was inputted into our computer system and electronically transferred back to the United States. And lo and behold, they could do it. And they did it better than with more accuracy than we were getting done in the United States, and they could do more applications or more data entry per day than were being done in the same time period by our people in the United States.
Due for the 15th, right?
Yes, sir.
And
yes.
Today's 21st.
Yes, sir. And I just explained to you why I wasn't able to get that payment off.
Yeah, exactly, I got that. So, Kenneth, could you please tell me when would you make this payment?
I made the payment last night at 3:30.
Oh, okay.
I would prefer that you send me something in
today,
writing.
and I think you've witnessed this yourself, there is no knowledge by the person who's getting the call in the United States that that call is being made from India. Not only have the Indians adapted to the dialect that we speak here in the United States, but the technology advances through fiber optic cable has made it possible to do it without any voice delay.
Let's just take an example. You call up a company in the US and you want to order flowers. What would happen in this situation is that the call would go in as a 1-800 number.
Hey, this is Frank. Can I get your account number?
Except that it would get automatically routed instantaneously to a person sitting in our center in India.
Hi, this is Stanley. Can I get your account number, please?
The example of Harrods department store in London. The call center for Harrods is not even in Delhi, it's in a village far away from Delhi.
Thank you for calling customer service.
And when those lords and ladies call in the morning from Shropshire to ask, how is the salmon this morning? And the boy, he looks in the computer and he says, Madam, it came in last night, so it must be fresh.
Right now you're due for your September payment, which is...
Received the payment for $190.06.
Right.
So just disregard the calls that you'd been receiving from us, okay?
Okay.
Okay, can you tell me the reason for delaying the payment?
How come you don't look like a Stanley to me?
Because I'm an Indian and Stanley is just my pseudo name.
So Stanley is just a fake name?
It's just a fake name.
And Frank?
Frank
the one
is
next
also
to you?
a fake name.
He's not a Frank at all?
No, he's not a Frank. He's Farhan. And his fake name is Stanley.
And why is that?
That's because we are working here in an American company, and if we have Indian names, so what happens is like if we have American names, it's more easier for our customers to recognize us. It's like that.
It's about midnight over here in India while we are dealing with customers in US, where it's approximately between 12 in the afternoon to 2:30 in the afternoon. That's what we have to do since our major clients are in US. we work nights so that we can get them at their time. Over here we've got life, essentially, which is an insurance part of the business. Moving on, we have claims where people call up regarding claiming their insurance policies. Mobile home division, that's a part of the finance part of Conseco. From here on, we've got mobile home division again, but it's inbound collections call center.
And what if a customer asks you where you're located?
We say that we are in Tempe, Arizona.
In Tempe, Arizona?
Exactly.
You never tell them you're in New
We don't
Delhi?
tell them that we are in India, actually.
And why is that?
Well, because if we tell them that we are in Tempe, they will feel that we are Americans, we're working over there, and we're working for them. It's like that. We don't want to disclose our identity that we are in India, actually.
Okay, y'all that called here yesterday, I think last night. Somebody called here last night.
Yes?
And left this number for me to call.
And this was regarding your September payment. Have you taken care of that?
Good morning. Today is Wednesday. Why are you here?
To understand the American accent.
American accents. And my job is to help you here sitting in India, smiling, trying to talk to maybe somebody who's not smiling, or maybe they're smiling, in America. Page... We did this already, 41, page 41. So we're not going to spend much time on it. Do you remember what we did? Is not clear. O is clear. So California. So Arkansas. So which one is it? Which is stressed? Arkansas. Arkansas. So R. So what happens to Kansas in the word? No. Can becomes kin. Arkan. So is it Kentucky or is it Kentucky?
Kentucky.
Kin. So I can do it. I can do it. It's not I can do it because then the stress changes.
We here deal with the mobile homes, and the other department behind us, they deal with credit cards. So we basically take the regular payments, the loans from them, which is the regular payment which they make every month, so we collect these payments from them.
But the reason they call you is that they're late, probably.
Exactly, because most of them do not pay on time. So what happens is we receive calls from clients, from customers whose payments are late.
What was the reason for delaying the payment?
My job done played out.
You're having problems with your job, right?
Well, see, I was like 3 behind, but then I just started a new job. Because, well, it's already late for one thing, and
So,
I'm having financial troubles right now.
all right. But is there a way you think you can make the payment a little later, but you can't make it?
And if people call to get money from you, what do you do? What do you tell them?
Like bill collectors? They want me to grow it? That's what I asked them. You want me to grow it? You know, I had to pay this bill. Don't expect me to pay yours. I'll pay you next month. And if you send them $1, they can't turn you off because this is America. You're trying to pay, you know? So.
Okay, but do you understand the more delay you make after your due date, you'll be paying more and more late charges?
Right, I do understand.
And you will be getting calls.
Oh yeah, I do understand.
This is Conseco Finance. Please return our call at 1-866-300-1054 between the hours of 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. This is Conseco Finance. Please return our call.
Well, I have a thing on my phone known as caller ID. It tells you who's calling. And if I see it's a bill collector, I don't pick it up. They leave me a message on my answer machine, and then I listen to it, and I don't call them back.
I don't have it.
Okay, what I'm documenting on your account is that you said that you do not have any money, right? So you won't be able to pay. Right?
Well, I guess that's what you have to put on there because I don't have the money. I had to borrow that, just send that in.
All right.
They give me a date that I can pay it, and they're like, can you pay it? And I'm like, yes, I promise you I will pay it in 2 weeks. I promise you. Just let me go for 2 weeks. I'll pay it. 2 weeks come by and I don't pay it. I don't have the money. I mean, they want to hear that I'll pay it. I tell them I'm going to pay it. I don't. So then finally, you know, it comes to the month that it's supposed to be paid, and I got the money, then I pay it.
The United States, I think, has shown in the last 10 years an ability to revive itself. And so the hegemony of the United States is probably going to continue for a while. But if you ask me about the 21st century, I think that will be an Asian century. And at the moment, the way things look, it's likely to be Chinese. The Japanese had their day in the 70s and 80s. And their demographics have now turned against them. But yes, I think it's unlikely that United States will continue forever. It's difficult to imagine right now, but it's the rise and fall of nations.
What would you have me do, Caesar? I want you to become the protector of Rome after I die. I will empower you to one end alone, to give power back to the people of Rome.
It's rough. It is. It's really rough. No. It's not a bowl of cherries like everybody thinks.
And it's still America.
Yeah. America didn't think they'd be blowed up neither, did they? They did. But it's still America.
Yep.
America thought that, you know, nobody was going to kick our ass. We got it kicked. Okay? People didn't know that it was all them Americans that was killed. They didn't think they was going to get killed, but they did.
Yeah.
So this is America.
And
America ain't no different than any place else, really.
How many syllables in understanding Americans? Understanding Americans. The whole thing. Understanding Americans. So, so understanding Americans. How many is that? 8. Understanding Americans. 8. Yeah. Understanding. So how about American English better? American English better. How many syllables? Sorry.
8.
Again, 8.
Yeah, again 8. Yeah, 8.
American English better.
Yeah,
okay, so now of this word, what word is this?
Understand.
What is the syllable that's important? Stand. Stand. So understanding. So understanding. And what is this? Americans. Americans. So understanding Americans and so in American English better.
I didn't say he stole the money. Someone else said it.
Number 2.
I didn't say he stole the money. That's not true at all.
Thank you. Number 3.
I didn't say he stole the money. I think someone else took it.
I think someone else. Everybody? I think someone else took it. I think someone else.
In many ways, nations are like companies. And I don't know whether you know the story of Buddenbrooks by Thomas Mann, where the first generation makes money. Then the second generation has got money, so they don't want more money, and they want power. Then the second generation has power and money. The third generation doesn't want that, so they go for art. And by then the money is all wiped out, and they have to start all over again. Well, in some ways, nations are like that. That you're hungry at the first stage, so you have to become economically, you have to build the economy. Then when you have built the economy, then you want power. And once you go for power, you go for economic power, what China is doing right now a little bit. And then finally, when you have money and power, you become a little bit like Europe. You know, you become like a museum. The hunger is gone. And when the hunger is gone, then it's a problem. How do you get young people to build the country?
Can you hear me now? Am I audible?
What I can do is I can send you a surrender form.
Just give us a call, body line.
Just go ahead and fill it.
Mind being a bit loud?
We need to take a call, and there are other people who are waiting in the queue for a call. We don't want to lose them. We don't want to abandon calls. We want them to want us, and we are a number of agents.
Mm-hmm.
So if you continue chatting with one person where the other person just gets left off because there's no one to attend to him, that's why we have important that we finish a call within 3 minutes, or I think it's 2.5 or something, I don't know. It's something like that. So we need to wrap up a call within that time.
Frank, what are you writing down after the conversation? What is he writing
It's
down?
basically all the documentation, it's basically documentation about what I had a conversation with the applicant or the account holder. The check number was 129, and he had dated that check for the 21st, and the amount was 494.06. He made 3 promises, and out of 3, I suppose each and every promises have been broken, so it's 100%.
Our aim means the agent's aim is to collect $2,500 per hour. Each agent needs to collect, that's a parameter. Each agent needs to collect $2,500 per hour. You do above that, it's good.
Mm-hmm. Refused payment right here. All right. That was on the 17th. He spoke the outcome code and refused to listen. Got upset when asked why late. He said why doesn't he have income, and made smart and sarcastic remarks on us. Reason for delay, he was not clear, really specific about what the reason for delay was. Said was there some problem with the pay.
I was working at the airport for ATA, working over by the hangar and the terminal and stuff, and then I got laid off because of the terrorist attack. And the reason I started over here was for job security, and of course that kind of blew up in my face, you know. But like I told my wife, you know, there's only one thing I had to fear working here, and that's a terrorist attack. And that just happened to happen, you know. And it's really hard to find work because everybody, you know, either got laid off and went to work right away, or most people are just scared to hire people now, or not really sure what it is. But while I was working, there's plenty of jobs hiring, and then after this happened, it dropped dramatically, so it's really hard to find a job around here. But yeah, it was really fun working here, though. I really liked it. I actually didn't care to get up, you know, I actually wanted to come to work in the morning. You know, I get up and like, all right, I get to go to work again, you know. But I don't know, it was pretty fun. We're pretty much in trouble right now. We're not in debt yet, but you know, we got deadlines, so we got bills to pay this month, and I have no money to pay it. So pretty much with the checks I was making at ATA, it ran every 2 weeks that I got paid. Every 2 weeks I'd pay the bills that I needed those 2 weeks, You know, we get things for the house and diapers for Jalen and stuff, you know, and then we broke again. So it's just running us to each paycheck. And now that I don't have one coming in at all, you know, we're really hurting. So I'm afraid I'm going to get so far into debt by the time I get a job, you know, I won't be able to get out of it, so.
I told you I mailed the payment. Don't call me, okay? I said don't call me.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I do understand. I'll document
Let me
this.
talk to your supervisor. Look, I mailed the payment already. Why am I being called? Again and again and again. Why?
So what's the first bill coming up?
Well, we had our lot rent, which is $285, on the 1st of this month, and it's, I don't know what the date is here, it's the 11th now. We talked to them, they gave us till the 15th to pay it. Like I said, it's the 11th, and I don't have the money for it. So I've been kind of selling things I got around here that I don't really need and stuff, you know, to get that paid off. And plus we have our house payment coming up. And if we don't pay that, we're in some deep trouble. So that's, I think, $161.
Okay, if you cannot make the payment in one go, can you divide the amount and pay us? Break up it and see if you can pay half of the amount next week and then the other half later?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah.
So how can we go about it? When do you think the money will be there?
How much you want for it?
500.
500?
Uh-huh.
It says 550 on the window. You're going down already.
I'd take 5 for it.
You take 5?
Yeah. How bad I need the money. It's hard. This land's not as rich and famous as a lot of people thinks it is. It's hard times here just like it is anywhere else in this world. We all have our hard times, and right now the USA is having a lot of hard times. There's a lot of people like me, and you know, it's hard to live, it's hard to feed your family, it's hard to do anything. And then you know, a lot of people don't understand that. They think we're rich over here, but we're not rich.
If you received a reminder call for the payment, just disregard that phone call. We really apologize for that.
Yeah, that's every month. I go through this every month.
Josephine, I can give you a customer service number. If you want an automatic withdrawal from your bank every month, that can be set up.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, bye-bye. Hi, this is Tina. Can I get your account number, please?
Let me put it this way. With our population, and unless China suddenly starts to speak excellent English,
which will take a few years.
Which will take a few years, the more pragmatic businessmen around the world must consider India as a destination to do their back office. My own estimate, and this is purely my own personal view, is that for every job moved from the US to India, a company could save between $25,000 to $35,000. So if you are looking at 1,000 jobs, relatively mundane, being moved over from there to here, the impact to the bottom line of a company could be as much as $30 million. Not a small number. And if you could consistently provide that saving, as well as provide the quality of work and the productivity, those savings could be even greater. You put that value proposition to a CEO, and I can promise you, he will sit up and listen to you.
Well, that's quite a vision. I'm not sure that all the work will ever be transferred over there, but it's clear that India has two things going for it. One is they speak English, and so the ability to transfer work from the United States over there is a doable thing. And secondly, just an enormous number, a very large population. They graduate, as my understanding, 1 million college graduates a year. Mm-hmm. And yet their GNP is only about 1/15 of what the United States GNP is. So you can see why why these jobs are highly sought after by people in India. Yeah. So Vikram may be right that there will be a lot of work done in India in the future that is presently being done in the United States, but whether it'll be all is probably a little too aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Good afternoon, I'm Captain Kakkar, and I'm here to do a lecture on history and geography of America. So the questionnaire is on geography history. I've been talking about geography here. It says, goes on that during the airstrikes on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon on 11 September, that's a Tuesday, President Bush was in Florida. We all know about that, okay?
I just got a fear of war. You know, I can't be recruited because of health problems, and but you know, my family is the biggest, you know, thing that bothers me. You know, I don't know, we have a feeling that the end is coming, and there ain't nothing we can do about it.
For security reasons, he was flown on Air Force One to an unknown place in Louisiana, and then to the state of Nebraska. It was only in the evening that he returned to Washington, D.C. During this day-long flight in the Air Force One, the president flew over many states, important rivers, and an important stretch of farmland. Make a list of these states, rivers, and any other place of importance he may have flown over during this voyage of security.
We got a really big feeling that it's going to be over pretty soon, so we think the war's going to last a while, but we don't think the world's going to be here much longer. So it's a pretty scary thought, actually.
It's okay, baby. We're going bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
They're pretty much centered to us. You know, their eyes are on us. You know, we're the ones that they're coming after, you know. So the other countries, we heard, you know, are chipping in, going to help us. You know, they're on our side, but there's not much they can do, you know, if they bomb us or something, you know, if something comes over here, you know, because it's just really scary, actually, you know.
Well, I'm not going to be able to pay that.
What's the situation out there? Why can't you pay?
Well, I'm out of work. My wife's had surgery, and she's not working.
Uh-huh.
I had a brother who was living with me. He died in the New York attacks.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Everything's kind of messed up, so I'm not going to be able to pay.
People are really having difficulty in paying for their home, and I really pity for people because sometimes they even call us up and say that they want us to take back the home because they cannot pay the home loan again, and it's really sad. We cannot even tell them, we cannot force them that they have to make a payment for the home. We cannot be rude to them. We just have to, you know, we just have to try to convince them to try and make the payment because a home is a really, really important necessity in life. And sometimes they even cry on the phone. They said, "I'm sorry, I cannot make the payment." They have around 180 payments to make.
Well, I tell you, when I was young growing up, would have like beans on Monday, bologna on Tuesday, beans on Wednesday, bologna on Thursday, beans on Friday, bologna on Saturday, beans on Sunday. It was off and on switch.
I like beans. I was raised up with beans.
See? Beans is the American way.
Beans is the American way.
My mother always cooked beans. Had a lot of protein in them.
many years till you get even with the United States?
It'll just take 10 years.
So 10 years from now, no more beggars, no more bicycles?
No. And come to think of it, America also must have beggars and all that stuff there. I think I'm dealing with collections, so I know probably they are I think beggars. Because they don't have money, they live on credits. At least we are better off than them. We have money in our hands, in our pockets, in our balance, in our accounts. So probably we don't have to ask for money or something from anyone. Because I'm dealing with collections, so I know better off position of America. Probably we are better off than them, I suppose. Yeah.
We too free the country. Yeah, Americans give them too much.
Give who too much?
Give the other people too much.
The Americans give the other people too much?
Well, yeah.
Is that so?
And they don't take care of their own people. That's why foreign countries think we're rich, but we ain't.
But what do you mean the Americans are giving too much to other people? What are they doing then?
Well, they give them food, they give them everything.
I think it's very important to remember that the bottom 15% in every society will fail, and they need to be looked after. But you can only look after them if you create the welfare creating jobs to look after them. Mm-hmm. You can't just distribute poverty, which is what we were doing for the last 40 years.
So how high is that percentage? 15%? 15% of the people will
today,
always stay behind.
I mean, 15% will always fail in every society. Mm-hmm. Just like 15% will succeed, regardless, in every society. But see, in successful societies, the in-between 70% become the middle class. Mm-hmm. Now, in India, our middle class was only 8% of the population as late as 1980. And even today, it's only 19% of the population. Now, 19% you'll say out of 1 billion is 190 million people, making it one of the largest middle classes in the world. But from the point of view of our society, that's a failure. Now that 19% is going to become 50% in the next generation. You see, if you divide India into two, between Kanpur and Chennai, people west of that line will become middle class. 50% will become middle class by 2020. But the same thing will happen on the other side of the line by 2040. That's why I say that India by 2040 will be a middle class nation.
Okay. The demand for this business is phenomenal. We just can't keep up with the amount of work we're getting. We're absolutely out of space. But we're building out right now. We're building out something like 95,000 square feet. We will have another 1,000 workstations here in the next 3 to 4 months. And even that's not enough. And we're now moving to Mumbai, which was otherwise known as Bombay previously. And we're going to put another 1,000 workstations there by the middle of next year. And if that's not enough, we're going to move to another city and build another 1,000 by the end of next year. This is where we're building out the second center, which is going to have about 400 seats, and it's going to do all of our voice business. We've got this done in about 3 months. 3 months. And it's going to be fully air conditioned. It's going to have all the facilities. We're going to feed people here. We're going to bus them in from their homes. And they work over 24 hours a day. And they get fed, And it's amazing. It's like a machine. It just goes on. And it's very exciting. And what we're doing here, I think we can expand it into a multi-billion-dollar industry for India.
While I sit here, from here I can monitor whatever's going on the floor.
And you started there as well, on the floor?
3 years back, yes, I did.
And after this?
Well, I'll be there.
Where? The other side?
Across in the in the enclosed cabins.
Behind the glass at the end?
Yes. That's where the managers and the directors and so on sit.
How many years to move from here to there?
I would give myself about 2 years to get there. 3 years from there to here. Not 2 years to get there.
And then is there anything after that? Or?
Well, then you're just hopping between the glass cubicles.
Oh, you keep on. You cannot go higher here.
Well, you can, since they're all right now lined up parallel on the same floor. So, well, we start from there, where the managers sit, to where the director sits, to where the vice president sits. So I'm looking at another 10 years for myself to get to the highest place possible.
There's a guy in your office working whom we spoke with yesterday, and he told us that in 10 years he is on your seat.
I think he's waiting too long. He should be there faster.
And what are you going to do then?
I can go back to playing golf. No, I like my golf. I like golf. I like watching movies. Actually, I should have shown you when I was home. I have a full home theater. It's a 30-foot long room where I watch my movies, and I'm a movie freak, and so is the rest of my family.
Gentlemen, became a slave. The slave who became a gladiator. The gladiator who defied an emperor. A striking story. Now the people want to know how the story ends.
We don't. The way I look at it, Americans should take care of their own people first, and then if they have anything left over, give to the other countries. That's the way it should be, but it's not that way no more.